Hey there, Stock Explorers. Welcome back to another deep dive.
It's great to be here.
Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at PacBio, a company making some serious waves in the world of genomics,
That's right.
specifically long-read DNA sequencing. But first, for our listeners who might not be familiar, can you give us a quick breakdown of what long-read sequencing is and why it's such a big deal?
Absolutely. So imagine you're trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle,
Okay,
but you only have tiny little pieces. You might get a general idea of what the picture is, but you're going to miss a lot of the crucial details and context.
right.
Traditional DNA sequencing, also called short-read sequencing, is kind of like that.
I see.
Gives you snippets of genetic information, but it can't capture the whole picture.
Okay.
PacBio's long-read technology, though, it lets scientists see longer stretches of DNA, reveal those missing pieces, and provide a much more complete understanding of the genome.
So it's like having those bigger puzzle pieces.
Exactly. You get to see the full picture, the connections, the variations that were hidden before.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, when we talk about the real-world impact of this technology, where are we seeing the biggest potential? What kind of problems can PacBio's long-read sequencing help us solve?
Oh, wow. The applications are vast. Think about complex diseases like cancer.
Okay,
Understanding those subtle genetic variations that drive cancer development, that's key for find and effective treatments.
right.
PacBio's technology allows researchers to see those variations that short-read sequencing might miss.
That could lead to some major breakthroughs.
Absolutely. It could revolutionize diagnostics and lead to more personalized therapies.
That's pretty amazing. Now, I understand PacBio offers different sequencing systems. Can you tell us a little bit about those and what makes each one unique?
Sure, so it's like having the right tool for the job. Their Revio system is a powerhouse for large-scale projects.
Okay.
It's perfect for those massive research initiatives that are aiming to decode entire genomes.
The big bigs.
Yeah, but for smaller labs and clinical settings, there's the Vega. It's more affordable, a benchtop system, but still packs a punch in terms of long-read capabilities.
So it's like the workhorse of the lab.
Exactly. And then for those quick, targeted analogies, there's the ENSO, a compact system designed for rapid sequencing of specific genetic regions.
So they've got a system for every need. That's pretty impressive. But who are the customers actually using these systems? Who's benefiting from this technology?
You know, it's a diverse group, which really speaks to the wide applicability of long-read sequencing.
I see.
Research institutions are using it to unlock the mysteries of complex diseases. Geneticists are delving into the intricacies of inherited disorders. Even agricultural scientists are leveraging the technology to improve crop yields and develop disease-resistant varieties.
Wow. So it's really touching on a lot of different areas.
Oh, absolutely. It's a game changer across multiple fields.
Okay, so let's zoom in on that core strength of PacBio, those long reads. Why focus on that when short-read sequencing seems, at least on the surface, faster and cheaper?
Well, listen, while short-read sequencing definitely has its place, it's like trying to understand a city's layout just by looking at individual street corners.
Okay,
You miss the bigger picture, the highways, the bridges, the connections that make the city function as a whole.
right. You need that broader perspective.
Exactly. Long-read sequencing allows you to see those connections in the genome.
Mm-hmm.
Those structural variations, like large insertions, deletions, or rearrangements that short reads just often miss.
So it's all about getting a more complete picture.
Yes, and that's crucial for understanding disease mechanisms, identifying drug targets, and developing personalized therapies.
I'm starting to see why PacBio is making such a splash. Now, I've heard about this hi-fi sequencing. What exactly is that, and how does it fit into the picture?
Think of hi-fi sequencing as the best of both worlds.
Okay.
It combines the accuracy of short reads with the completeness of long reads.
So it's like having your cake and eating it, too.
It is. It's like having a high-resolution map that not only shows you every street and building, but also captures all those intricate details of the landscape.
Wow, so it's about precision and completeness.
Precisely. And that's especially important for things like variant calling, where scientists need to pinpoint even the tiniest changes in DNA sequences.
Changes that could have major implications for health and disease.
Exactly.
Now, I'm curious about the business side of things. What kinds of customers are lining up to get their hands on these systems? And is the demand strong enough to justify PacBio's laser focus on long reads?
The demand is definitely there, and it's growing rapidly. We're seeing researchers across a whole spectrum of fields recognizing the value of long reads for answering those complex genetic questions. For example, scientists study inherited disorders are using it to pinpoint the exact genetic mutations responsible for specific conditions.
So that means more accurate diagnosis and potentially even gene therapies down the line.
That's the hope. It's about taking our understanding of genetics and translating it into real solutions for patients.
That's incredibly exciting. We've covered a lot of ground already, but I'm eager to dive deeper into PacBio's financial performance, growth strategies, and how they plan to navigate this competitive landscape in the genomics market.
We'll definitely get into all of that.
All right, Stock Explorers, stay tuned because we're just getting started. All right, Stock Explorers, welcome back to our deep dive into PacBio. Last time, we got a good grasp on their long-read DNA sequencing technology and the potential it holds, but now let's talk numbers. How is PacBio actually doing financially? Are they turning this cutting-edge tech into, well, profits?
That's the big question, right? The question every investor wants answered. And to get there, we got to consider the market dynamics at play.
Right?
The genomics industry, like a lot of others, is facing some headwinds right now.
Oh, yeah. It's a tough environment out there.
The global economy is a bit shaky. Research funding, especially from places like the NIH, has been unpredictable. And of course, competition is heating up.
So how is PacBio navigating this? Are they staying afloat or are they taking on water?
Their recent financial reports tell a kind of interesting story.
Okay, lay it on us.
While they did see a slight dip in revenue in Q4 of 2024, they actually achieved overall growth for the whole year.
So they're holding steady, but I've noticed their stock price is down compared to last year. What's spooking investors?
Well, profitability, or the lack thereof, is a major concern.
It's a show me the money kind of situation.
Exactly. Investors want to see a clear path to sustained profitability. And PacBio recently pushed back their target for becoming cash flow positive to the end of 2027.
That is a pretty long runway.
It is, and some investors are getting antsy.
Understandably. So what's PacBio doing to address these concerns and get themselves in a better financial position?
They're taking a multi-pronged approach.
Okay, I like it.
First and foremost, they're tightening their belts, real focus on cost control and efficiency.
Making every dollar count.
Exactly, and they've already made some good progress in streamlining their operations and bringing down manufacturing costs.
Smart move. What else is on the agenda, financially speaking?
The big one, of course, is driving revenue growth. And remember the Vega system we talked about?
Yeah, the workhorse.
That's a key part of their plan. By making long-read sequencing more accessible to smaller labs and clinical settings, they're hoping to broaden their customer base, tap into a whole new market segment.
Yeah, the Vega seems like a real game changer. But let's zoom out for a second. How big is this long-read sequencing market? And who are the big players PacBio's up against?
The long-read sequencing market, it's seeing explosive growth, projected to reach billions of dollars in the coming years.
Wow.
This surge in demand is driven by, well, the growing recognition of how important long reads are for unraveling those complex genetic questions.
So PacBio's riding an wave, but they're not alone, right?
Definitely not. They're facing competition from some heavy hitters, Oxford Nanopore Technologies, Illumina, each with their own strengths and strategies.
A real battle of the titans. But let's bring it back to PacBio. What are their key growth strategies beyond just the Vega system? Are they putting all their eggs in one basket?
Not at all. They're constantly pushing the boundaries of their technology.
Keeping ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. Their roadmap includes developing higher density SMRT cells, which basically means they can generate more data per run at lower costs.
So it's about efficiency and affordability.
Exactly. And they're also working on new SMRT cell formats that are more automation friendly, which helps streamline workflows for labs, makes their systems even more appealing.
So they're firing on all cylinders, but how about their efforts to expand their footprint in the clinical market? We touched on that earlier. How's that coming along?
They're making strategic moves to solidify their position in the clinical world.
Fill us in.
Well, you've got David Ruggiero, their new head of global sales and service.
Yeah, he's got quite a reputation.
He does. His experience in building those key relationships, especially in the clinical market, is a major asset for PacBio. They're also focusing on developing comprehensive solutions tailored for clinical settings. So it's more than just providing the tools, it's offering the whole package.
A complete solution. Smart. But we still got to talk about the elephant in the room, profitability. How do they plan to reach that finish line, especially with all the economic uncertainty we're seeing?
They're attacking it from two sides.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
First, as we've discussed, they're all about that cost control, that efficiency. They've streamlined operations, cut down expenses, and they're always looking for ways to optimize their spending.
So being financially responsible, what's the other side of the attack?
Leveraging their innovative technology to drive revenue growth.
The classic 1-2 punch.
The Vega system is opening new doors, and their R&D efforts are aimed at developing even more powerful and cost-effective solutions, attracting new customers, expanding their market share.
Sounds like a solid plan, but their profitability target is still a few years out. Can they really get there without diluting their stock further? That's got to be on a lot of investors' minds.
It's a valid concern. They have about $390 million in cash and investment right now, and they've been working really hard to reduce their cash burn rate.
They're watching their spending.
They are, but whether that's enough to hit profitability without issuing more stock, well, that remains to be seen.
It's a nail-biter.
It all depends on the ability to execute those growth strategies, manage expenses carefully, and, well, weather any potential storms the market might throw at them.
They've got a lot on their plate, but they're in a fascinating field, and it's rapidly evolving with huge potential. It's going to be interesting to see how they navigate the challenges and capitalize on the opportunities ahead.
Oh, absolutely. The genomics industry is complex, it's dynamic. Their success hinges on their ability to maintain that technological edge, adapt to the ever-changing market, and execute those growth strategies effectively.
Okay, so we've looked at PacBio's financials, their growth strategies, the competition they face. But let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Where does PacBio fit into this whole genomics revolution? And personalized medicine, what role are they playing?
They're right at the forefront, contributing significantly to the advancement of genomics and its application to personalized medicine. Their long-read sequencing technology, it allows researchers and clinicians to go deeper into the complexities of the human genome, uncovering variations and insights that were previously hidden, like little whispers lost in the noise.
So they're helping us understand our genetic blueprint at a whole new level of detail.
Exactly, and that's incredibly powerful.
Now, how is that translating into real-world applications in personalized medicine? Are patients actually seeing benefits from this?
The implications are huge. Their technology is being used to develop more precise diagnostic tools, identify potential drug targets, and even tailor treatments to each individual patient based on their unique genetic makeup.
So it's about moving away from that one-size-fits-all approach to healthcare.
Precisely. It's about a more personalized and targeted approach.
That's incredible. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? There must be ethical considerations around genomics and personalized medicine, things like privacy, data security, even the potential for misuse of genetic information. Are these concerns being addressed?
You've hit on a really important point. As genomic technology keeps advancing and becoming more integrated into healthcare, these ethical considerations become more and more important. PacBio, along with the entire genomics community, needs to be proactive in addressing these concerns and making sure genetic information is used responsibly.
It's not just about the scientific progress. It's about making sure that progress benefits humanity in a responsible and ethical way.
Absolutely. We need to find that balance between innovation and responsibility. Open dialogue, transparency, and strong ethical frameworks, those are all vital to ensure that genomics continues to benefit society in a safe and equitable way.
Well said. It's a really fascinating and complex field, full of promise and potential pitfalls, and it's going to be crucial for companies like PacBio and the whole genomics community to navigate these challenges thoughtfully and responsibly.
Indeed. The future of genomics and personalized medicine holds so much potential, but to realize that potential requires a commitment to both scientific excellence and ethical stewardship.
Stock Explorers, we've covered a ton of ground in this part of our deep dive, but there's still more to come. Stick with us for the final part of our PacBio exploration, where we'll really dig into the real-world impact of their technology and what it all means for investors looking for companies that are truly making a difference. All right, Stock Explorers, welcome back. We've taken a deep dive into PacBio, their long-read sequencing technology, their financials, the competitive landscape, but now let's shift gear to talk impact. How is PacBio's tech making a real difference in the world?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, right? It's one thing to have cool technology, but seeing it used to solve real problems, that's what matters.
Absolutely. So let's start with healthcare. We talked a bit about rare disease diagnostics, but where else are PacBio's long reads proving valuable?
Oh, there are so many examples. Oncology is one area where they're making a big impact.
Okay.
Their technology is being used to understand those complex tumor genomes, identifying drug targets, even monitoring how patients respond to treatment.
So it's personalized medicine in action.
It is. By understanding the unique genetic makeup of a patient's cancer, doctors can make better treatment decisions, potentially leading to much better outcomes.
That's incredible. What other applications are we looking at? What other fields could benefit from PacBio's technology?
The potential is huge, really. Infectious disease research is another promising area.
I can see how that would be relevant.
PacBio's long-read sequencing can help identify and understand new pathogens, track outbreaks, and even develop new vaccines and therapies.
That's crucial, especially with the threat of new diseases.
Exactly. And it's not just human health. PacBio's tech is also being used in agriculture.
Right, food security is a major global issue.
It is. PacBio's tech helps sequence and analyze plant genomes, which can lead to more resilient crops. crops that can better withstand diseases, pests, and even harsh environments.
So it's about future-proofing our food supply.
Precisely, ensuring we can feed a growing population, especially with climate change and other challenges we're facing.
It's like giving our crops a genetic advantage. Now, we can't forget PacBio's role in understanding human evolution and history. That's some really fascinating stuff.
It is. Their long-read sequencing has helped reconstruct ancient genomes, shed light on human migration, ancestry, even the evolution of certain diseases.
It's mind-boggling to think about, really. PacBio is at the forefront of these groundbreaking discoveries, with implications for so many fields: healthcare, agriculture, even our understanding of ourselves and where we come from. But let's bring it back to our investors. What does all this mean for them? Why should they care?
It shows the transformative power of their technology and the potential it has to create value across so many different industries. As PacBio expands those applications, addresses these global challenges, their market grows, which means more revenue and hopefully, eventually, higher profits.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about the problems they're solving, the value they're creating.
Exactly. Investors want to see companies that are not just innovative, but also making a real difference, and PacBio's impact is a testament to that.
Well said. Stock Explorers, this brings us to the end of our deep dive into PacBio. We've covered a lot of ground: their long-read sequencing technology, their financials, their growth strategies, the competitive landscape, and of course the impact they're making.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has. And remember, this is just a snapshot. PacBio's story is still being written. Their technology is constantly evolving, new applications are emerging, and the competition is fierce.
As with any investment, do your research, be thorough, and consider all the angles.
That's right. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to investing. We've given you the tools to start your own research and make informed decisions. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to The Deep Dive for more deep dives into fascinating companies, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future episodes.
Keep exploring, stay curious, and as always, invest wisely.